Hello folks, welcome back to Harrison Ultimate Gaming. I'm Brian Harrison and it's time to look at Minecraft again. Hold on. And before we get started, I'd like to I'm trying out a new headset by the way, but before I get started, I'd like to say please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and leave a like on the video. And hit the bell notification if you're on YouTube and if you're on Rumble. Yes, we are on Rumble now as well. If you just watch Minecraft stuff, but if you've been watching this channel, you would know that already. But if you haven't, we're on Rumble and you follow us there as well, and hit the comments and the like button. So, anyway, why am I back? Well, I've been doing some work, and this is me and my woman. First, me and my woman started in this world, and then my friend. It's the old Xbox One edition of Minecraft. I did try it in the new edition, and I also have a world in that new edition that's just test world to see how smooth the play is. Play isn't still that smooth in my opinion, not like in this one. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, not like in this one, and so I have decided to remain here for now. But in the future, we could end up moving to the new the new one, if they ever fix it and get it working like it's supposed to. I like the old console ones because they work better. But we're here to look. We're here in front of this house to look really at the interiors, because I finished the interiors of buildings that needed to be finished that were important. So we're gonna get started on that. We're gonna go looking through. This is like our spawn area, a little square, and we can spawn in this spawn area. And then this is the first house, which we end up calling. It's in the first video I ever did when I finally did a video of a tour. This is like another kind of tour, except interior. I guess you could call it interior tour, where we were touring the finished stuff like this. What we're able to do, we have this bench that goes all around here, and then we have this table with torches for the lights and the flower pots with flowers in them. And we have flower pots with flowers, and we could probably put something here in the future that would maybe be cool. And then over here we have the kitchen, and yes, the way I did this, they open and you can use the inside of these. Kind of cool. And then here you go. There it is. Yes, this is a long bench. You could sit and eat here. I believe there's a table upstairs. But yeah, this is basically a called starter house. This is what we have. Basically, we call it our homeless shelter / starter house, which is when you start out, you're not going to have a home. So this is where you stay until you do have a home. And then here's your bench and carpet, and then we did the outside with bench and flowers and carpet. And you could see, if you're out here, I'll hop up, you could see there's my friend's castle. Even my friend stayed in this place for a bit, but didn't have the beds and stuff in it. And then later on, if it did, I think we may have added a bed later, but yeah, early on this place wasn't. Now, and if a new player comes in, this is a place they would go to immediately, or they can't, and stay the night at least, and get themselves ready to get set up, because this is the capital. This is where everything starts. So there's a castle. There's a skyscraper. I've had that in a video before. That's another new skyscraper that has not been recorded before. I'll have to go and look at it. There are things going on out there, and it's just gonna take time to build more stuff. But I haven't really been playing a lot lately. Part of it is because we have off and on, but part of it's because we're discouraged because we want to play the new version, but we feel like at times Minecraft has. Oh yeah, this is the office. So whoever and right now there's torches and stuff. I don't know if I'll change this yet, but right now that's what it is. I may put stuff on top of here maybe, so I don't have to, but that's how I did it so far. Let's see, is there anything under here? No. I thought there was stuff under here. No. Okay. Anyway, but this is the office for the homeless shelter and stuff. Someone would be running the desk, and they would, emit you or help you get in. Okay, here's the storage for that office, so they can keep records and stuff like that. So that's what it is. It's I guess you could consider a government-run shelter, which is run by our local government, which would be sort of me in a way. Yeah, it'd be me. Yeah, and here, this is where you get to look at this. Now, we're not going to worry about sleeping. Oh, I guess I could sleep. I wasn't going to worry about sleeping too much because we're inside this first wall. There's going to be a wall eventually going around, and then all the buildings will be lit up out here and, you know, out there where they're being built, where stuff is being built. But we're not worried about that. We're worried about the inside of this today. Oh, yeah, and there's carpet. Oh, we forgot. We need to go up here. Oh, yeah, we were up here. But is there a table? Oh, no, these are benches. I think we didn't fit a table, so there's benches around for people to sit and eat. Not really a table in here, but hey, it's a nice house. And here's my carpet. Of course, I put carpet. A lot of things I feel like it's part of civilization when you're more civilized. Here's chest, for instance. This is how this first room is. Filled with chests, and yeah, trap chest and regular chest. And then, you know, here's your main bed. That's how, there's 3 rooms are like this. So I'm not going to show them all because they're pretty much all the same. Except for one exception, I think, if you're missing trap chest, but that's comes with me getting more trapped hooks for fishing and stuff like that. So that's going to take time. But I'm not going to show it all off because it's all the same. There's nothing different about the layouts or anything. They're all the same layout. Like this, I'll show you one of these, and I'll go down and show you an example. But there's a big chest. Actually, this is like a community chest for these people, so we could technically put stuff that they would share with other people or food, whatever, while they're staying here. If there's a bunch of people they want to decide to share some stuff, they can do so. And their personal chest will be according to their bed. So this bed gets that chest, this chest gets that bed, you know, so on and so forth. They're just straight across from each other. So there you go. That's how we, and I like it that way. Sorry about that. And see, same way, except, you know, obviously it's facing that. The beds are facing that way. So, but they're still the same, you know, chest, you know, same how design, and it's all down there. There's like 3 other rooms down there that are like that. So I think how many beds do we have? We have, I know we have more than enough. I'm not going to worry about it. And in this version of Minecraft, even landline, I think you have like 4 or whatever, 4 16 players, 4 8. No, yeah, you could go up to 8. So you're not going to have them all in one time anyway. So they'll probably fluctuate in and out. And I've had that in the past where people, you know, you're going to have people fluctuate in or out. Okay, so we went there. I want to go the other ones, but I also want to show this off. Like even this is was supposed to be like the, what do you call it, like you could sit and wait for people, kind of like the waiting area, and then people's apartments were above here. But there's not much that happened above here. Did I even try to put carpet in here? I mean, I don't even think, yeah, I may try to do that. Yeah, I could try to do that, maybe. I may not. I don't think I was planning on doing that, actually. But, yeah. Because it's nice to have wood floors, too. Oh, yeah, it's the empty apartments. These are like the little simple apartments. I think these were the next ones built, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, and then it leads us to this. Now, everything's similar up here, except, like, everything's similar, you can see. But what I did is I filled in and put carpet. There's actually jack-o'-lanterns. Let's see if I can find one. There's actually jack-o'-lanterns under here, so it lights up the floor. It's kind of a nice thing. Touch. Nope. Well, yep, there you go. There's a jack-o'-lantern, and then there's carpets on top of it. So, and then you see and then we put trapdoors under it to make it feel like, I don't know, I think it feels better with ceiling lights. But every floor that's in here is done that way, and there's only one other floor. So I'm going to show one side. I could go up the floor, and here you go. And then up here, you know, it's just torches because there's nothing except for that ceiling thing. And it's all lit up, though. It's all lit up. So, and I don't need to go into all the corners I did it on all the corners. Okay. Well, I was gonna go where should I go right around? I'm gonna go the other direction because then I'll come right back. Okay. So the other cool thing is the castle. This is basically we are a kingdom, so basically it would be like the king queen, which I am the king in this world, and my woman would be considered the queen. And so this is what this is our capital. This is, at least for now. I'm not saying I would build a bigger castle, but I've done it before. I've built a big castle. I've upgraded the sizes of this one before. I've even added this size with like two, one in the front and then one in the back, so it's elongated. So I've done this, but this is what it looks like at the bare bones if you have that book, medieval book. And I may have changed mine a bit, but it's basically what I would say the medieval book does. Here's your throne up here. It's all decorated inside. It's cool. I mean, even up here, there's carpet up there. Well, there's benches down here for your government people or for whatever you're doing in here. I may build a courthouse later to separate some of the government. But right now, everything is in together. I guess if we needed this, we could use this. But mostly, it is for government uses. Let's say we decide to build a new colony or something, we can make decisions in this room. And maybe we would build a courthouse later on. We'll see. We'll see. It's not impossible. I've done it before in the original Midgard. I need to stop moving where I did do that. And here's a black carpet. It takes a bit to get carpet in this game. I am only because of the fact of the matter I don't have it set up. Here's a meeting room. And then you can put stuff in here. Maybe you found something and you discuss it or something before you take it to the king or whatever. I mean, this is where they can have basically some meetings and stuff for the people here in the castle. There's no one lives in this no one lives here. It's just a government building that runs the country. Here's your table where we can have some little celebration feasts. I've thought about building a bigger building one time. I have had like a mead hall or something. And here, see, pumpkins to light up the area, so there's no creepers. Inside you could go up in the towers. I don't know if we want to, but you can go up in the towers, and have guards up there and stuff. But you can do stuff up here, I guess, like look out over areas and stuff. So yeah, and then we are going to go up the ladders to the next floor. So this next floor, we're not going to show much of it, but there's just people can hang out up here too and watch what's going on down there. So this is cool. I do like this. So it is a big it is a big, in some ways, not bigger. I've seen even bigger than this on actual YouTube, but this is a big for our little town right now. Not a big area because when you consider you could put people up here and stack them, you'll probably do. It's pretty okay. But there's that, and then what we're going to do is go up here, and this is where the offices are for the main office. Like my office is down here, for instance. Yeah, this is where me and my woman can run, and when we're not on the throne area, and then like where we run civil stuff or whatever we need to run in here. I mean, I haven't decided yet. I mean, yeah, I really haven't decided yet. If I do other stuff, this was possibly going to be the town hall at one time, and it sort of is. It acts as everything right now. Yeah, there's even like a little cooking area. See, it was going to act as that for. It's going to act as everything for now. Oh yeah, it is just all these. They're just different offices. That's why I say it's different from the book. And then there's just this area, central area. So here we go. Now this is technically our armory for this area. Now I'm thinking about building a barracks where I could have an armory. or where I can, yeah, we'll store weapons there too. But this is our castle armory. And it will work. It will. We can arm people here. We also planned, what I plan to do is use the towers on the walls to put like some beds in the tower, so people could, you can technically station someone there or a few people there, and then do stuff. But yeah, oh, and up here, look, you know, continuation of these pumpkin things. So it's well lit. That's in this version, it's not like the newer version. That's what I do like the newer version. The light seems to be a little brighter, or yeah, and do more. So like, and I have moved this over to the new version, and I've noticed that. So the lights would be excessive, but in this version, excessive in some ways. And I usually try to be careful. Like there's a pumpkin there, then there's lights. There's a pumpkin. Is good because creepers spawned in a funny way. So this is this building. I'm proud of this building. The interior is finished. It just takes me time. Sometimes, actually, I think I nailed this. I forget how long it took me. And then the church, I think I've showed this before, but here's the interior if I haven't. It goes all the way up. There's like where your preacher stands, and people behind him can sit. Here's your chest on either side for like, if you have hymnals, or maybe someone could be an offering, things like that. And here's your, where they can stand and talk. And this doesn't go to the wall because of these pillars, but there you can still fit quite a small membership in here. The more people the more people you seem to be able to get, I plan to build another church. I do plan to build a bigger church, but right now it serves our needs for now. Doesn't mean it won't change. And then there's that, but I don't think I did much in the interior of that one, because most of the interior of these buildings, like these shops, the only thing I did was add the pumpkins. So you can see the pumpkins and pumpkins up above to light the area. Here I did pumpkins, but I did prepare this. I may have to do more, but see, I prepared this for fighting. So there's chests you can put weapons in. And then there's chests you put in here. Both sides have chests for weapons, and then this could be, I guess, extra weapons, backup stuff for people who don't. But yeah, we'd preload those, and that's about it. That's about the interior we did for it. I don't plan to do more. Armor stands, I feel like in this version, unless I'm wrong, I could always test it out. But armor stands, you're limited how many you can have. Oh yes, there is an interior done in a building here. It's something I feel like communities need. Well, we all need. And that's what I'm doing. I'm on a kick. I'm on a thing of adding, making it a thriving city, and stuff that's what I consider communal or run by the community. That's how we're setting it up, sort of. Gets inside. It's decorations. Like even this has like pumpkins all for it, but it's ready as a shop for someone who really wants to, have a shop. They just pre-made shop. We just set them up. But here's the bank. Midgard Spawn Community Bank. Yep. And the only thing that's missing in this area is an ender chest. Once we put ender chest, I'm not sure if we'll put, no, we put basically, yeah, ender chest. And then here's where your bank teller is. And then I got this idea from someone that did some banking thing a long time ago where you could just put a chest, put your transaction in there, and you could, yeah. And then here's a table you could talk to. I at one point thought you could talk to a banker here. Maybe you have an idea and you need some loans to build a building in the city or something in the future. You could do that here. You could also sit here and wait for your turn. There's not a lot to do here, in that area. And then this is your vault. So, and here we'll have chests. We'll have finished these up with trap chests, but that's hard to do right now. So I'm waiting. There's other things I'm waiting on too with trap chests, but right now this is the start. So at least it's a start. And then your iron doors for your vault. But there's nothing in there. Actually, really, what we're probably going to do is put mostly emerald in here. This will probably have emerald where you can trade with villagers most of the time, and we may use emerald as more of a currency too in our city, because you can trade the villagers for emerald and all that. So we may be able to eventually fill the bank up with emerald mostly, because diamonds we use for armor, and I mean we can use diamond too, and obviously we can use diamond, iron, and gold, but a lot of that will get turned into mostly into armor and stuff, so swords, things like that. So little shops along here, which we're not going to because I've done a video showing a lot of this stuff off. I'm just showing off the interiors of buildings I've done and finished. Like I said, all these shops, like I did finish the interiors of this one, just putting the lights up. So all someone has to do is come in and put in their shop. They just, decorate the inside of it, and then they'll be ready to go. The other thing we want to show off is the community stables. That's right. We have these community stables. Now the next one's over there. There's a barn. That's a community barn, but that'll probably change to community stables too, because I plan to move the animals out because I want to see the limit of sheep I can have. But anyway, here, oh, excuse me. Here's a place you can sit in, and of course, I finished the interior as in putting pumpkins in. But really what we're here is the actual interior of this building, which just helps you with the horses. Like I think there's saddles, because we fished a lot at one time. And you're limited again. It's funny to get all these saddles, but I think it's the same thing. You're limited on how many horses you're able to have. Not like the new one, where you can have like tons of horses and tons of... But here you go. Here's the interior, and here's, of course, the carpet. It's really nice. It's really nice to have these things finished. And that building wasn't finished for a long time, as well as a lot of this stuff wasn't finished. Oh, so as we're going down through this old section of town, like this may move. This will actually have individual places for like sheep, pigs, stuff like that. So if it moves, it'll become another community stable for overflow of horses in this area. Anyway, this is the hotel, or motel, hotel. I haven't decided because I usually think of hotel as something fancy. This is not exactly fancy, but it's a nice place. But all the rooms are finished. See, I'm gonna show off a couple of them because they're all the same. You get a chest, a big chest, and a bed. Then that's these ones. These ones are all like single player, and you come in. How it works? It's a community hotel. You come in, and the only place it provides is a bed. Let's say you're on the other side of town because town grew, but you don't need You don't need a house on every section of town. You just come in, stay the night on one of the places, and move on. Or you're coming in. Let's say we're having games, or you're coming in to trade and do shopping. You can come in and stay the night and stay the night here. And if you have someone with you, you just come in. Let's say you have, like me and my woman, we come in and you can use the double bed room, and we'll sleep in one bed. Anyway, so, and then we each get a chest on the side. I didn't put another chest on top. I thought about it. I haven't done it because I thought it was kind of too much, I guess, but it could probably worked. But it is these are smaller rooms in a way to do that. So we just added a chest here and a chest here. And you can stay here a long time, I guess, if you needed to. But it's really not meant for really long-term stays. I mean, you could stay there for a bit depending on what you're doing. It's just not like a permanent stay thing. But because everybody would own houses, okay. And this is not finished. You can tell I'm missing, chests and stuff, especially trap chests. Oh yes, this is also finished. Now this was already finished out here, as it was, but it wasn't finished in here. So now it's finished. There's another workstation or so in here, and then you go up here, and again there's like all these furnaces, crafting tables up here mainly, so you can, and then there's chests up here. So I don't know, I think of the chest as we could probably add materials up here that you could share with the community, especially if it involves crafting tools, maybe stuff like that. That can be decided later. Here's some of this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. Yeah, I may have to change this. I almost forgot about that. I may have to do something with pumpkins or something on there. So yeah, but the interior is finished almost. Oh no, it's because of the. Oh yeah, I could probably do that. Anyway, but it's finished. It really is finished. It's nice. It's a nice build. Um, even if I have to do a few things here and there, it's not too bad. This is the fire station. This part right here is the fire station. It's actually fire and medical combined. The next section is a hospital. But in here, it's finished. We put the lights up. We put stuff for the firefighters, chests, and then we put beds in here. I think you can fit like 6. Yep, 6 firemen, and then they have individual chests for their beds when they stay here to help fight fires. They don't live here. I guess if you're a dedicated fireman, you want to live here, I guess, but it's meant for... It's meant kind of like, I guess if you're a volunteer, you stay here a night or so, and then you switch in shifts to protect the town. That's what it would be. But no one is going here because there's not enough people, obviously, to be able to run that. So anyway, yeah. But it's a nice idea, nice concept. I love it. I like the idea of having... This is a hospital. Right, yeah, they're connected. And, yeah, this is the small hospital. Here's, again, a place where you can give your information, throw it in there, and the receptionist can receive it. Then you come over here, and then, you know, there's like a little area. There was supposed to be an office one time, sort of, but this is almost like a break room for the people who work here. I guess you'd say it. That is that. And then people could sit around and wait in the waiting area. And then you come up here, and I'll show maybe 2 of these because they're all the same. There's a 1 bed. This one room fits 1 hospital bed, and then the next room fits, because it's bigger, fits 2 hospital beds. So on this floor alone, there's 6 beds. So there's a total of 12 beds. So for this town, that's good. I do plan on building a bigger medical hospital. This would be like a small hospital or medical center. But here's like where we would eventually have like potions around. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the stands. I may put the stands up here, I think, on some of these, where I could put, you know, and not all of them, but put them, you know, maybe on the corners mainly, and then have it so they can make potion, put enough to make healing potions and stuff like that for the people who are injured or, you know, need medical help in the hospital. So that's what the hospital's going to be doing here. It's going to be really nice once it's really finished with the, and some of them are just waiting like for brewing stands, and that's going to take some time too. And of course up here there's the rest of the rooms are up over there, and then of course where your medical people can do their potion brewing and get the stuff ready to help the people that need it, and they can also feed them and stuff like that. So that's how I've done things. There's there's another building, and it goes through the second gate. Yeah. In here, we finished our Now the apartments inside are never finished because it started a long time ago when I built Harrison City. We ended up. I realized some friends were coming over to play, so I had a main building which became town hall, which was going to be my house at first, but you know, surviving with the new people, you need a place for them to go. So I made it town hall, and then I made here's carpet, here's the flower decorations. That's what I mean, and it's up on the same level too. So I made, so I had to quickly make apartments, and then I started decorating the one I was living in, and it was really nice. It was really nice to have that first starter as apartment. I moved out eventually into a home. I never recorded it for YouTube. It would have been nice. Oh yeah, the stalls were even finished. I don't remember if they were ever finished when I showed this off, but this apartment is ready. This castle apartment is ready to be rented, or not. Well, actually given away. We don't really rent around here too much. I don't know if I showed off this, but I am working on stuff down here, so that's gonna be a secret. I'll have to reveal that later. But other than that, this for the most part is finished itself too. Like, except for putting carpet in. I forgot about the carpet and other stuff in here. So, yeah. My woman's business isn't really finished either. but we're working on them. I mean, she has a similar thing in mind. She has a hole on her side which goes down, so she could sell more stuff, but that's another surprise when that's finished, because it's not even, it's getting started and stuff. So anyway, but that's it. That's all we have today. I mean, that really is it. Besides, there's stuff out the outside. I hope to make another video on it. I think this video is probably taking some time to make, so I'll end at my house. Oh, the one thing I will show you is my house next time, or sometime. I may do it my house next time, because or something similar. Either my house, maybe I'll do a house video, because I did actually finish the interior, and I'm the only one in town that has a library, by the way, in my home. I'm not telling anybody yet. But I'm the only one. But I do plan to build a community library. That's what one of my goals is. I will see how that goes. But anyway, I want to show this Minecraft world. I want to say that we enjoy building. We have fun. I want to thank you for watching my video. It's much appreciated. And thank you for sticking with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And God bless, and bye for now.